In Java, over half the 20 million acres available for agriculture produces rice. Rice alone makes up 80% of the diet of the people, and without it, they could not live. The paddy fields are owned by the people of the village. Murjono will be able to produce 2.5 crops a year, for there is little change of season. It is always very warm, always enough rain. The rice seedlings are planted one by one. It's hard work, but within 5 months the sun and the rains will bring the seedlings through to full golden heavy-headed maturity ready for harvest. As the stalks are cut, a small and ancient prayer is said. A great contentment settles across the countryside. The land has bestowed its blessing. The rice is in. The people will eat. With our abundance of water, it is possible to produce fish on land formerly used to grow rice. An acre of fish pond will yield far more food than an acre of rice. The people, poorly nourished on rice alone, need the protein provided by fish. Farmers are encouraged to use part of their land in this way. Though most earn less than $40 cash a year, there is great wealth in our vast forests of rubber trees, which are tapped every other day, yielding the thick white latex which will be transformed into rubber. From the earth comes tin ore, needed in Europe and America. And there is oil, great reserves of oil still waiting to be discovered. Producing wells provide equal profits to both Indonesia and the American or Dutch firm which operates them. But we also profit in another important way from this kind of foreign investment in our country. Thousands of jobs are provided in the oil fields, in the refineries, and on the tankers which transport the oil. And all of the time we are learning the skills of modern technology, the skills by which we will grow as a nation. Our coconut trees can provide the world with nearly 40% of the coconut oil used in the manufacture of soaps, margarines, and many other products. In almost every village you can see the coconuts drying in the sun, for nearly every farmer has his coconut trees. The oil is extracted from the dried meat called copra. We raise much sugar cane. And high in the cooler mountain regions are the vast tea estates owned by Indonesian or foreign companies. These plantations cover thousands of acres. The pickers begin early in the morning, walking long distances to that part of the estate in which they will work. Tea plants require constant cutting back or they would grow to tree size, 25 or 30 feet tall. The leaves are individually selected. The tips of the tender young leaves bring the highest prices on world tea markets. When the women have picked all that they can carry, the long trek back to the collecting sheds begins. Each woman is paid according to the amount and quality of tea she has picked. About 5 rupiahs or 50 cents for the day's work is average. My people are poor. Poor in the knowledge and machines by which we could make more efficient use of the natural wealth of our islands. For this we must do if we are ever to live free from fear, disease, and want. It will take time to learn, for we are accustomed to doing things slowly, by hand. Batik making is an ancient art. The pattern is applied to the cloth. Wax is used to cover those parts of the design which will not be dyed. As much as 200 hours may be consumed in making a single piece of batik, but it is a thing of beauty, and for us this is important. The Muslim religion penetrates our culture, dominates our arts and laws. It is a religion based upon belief in one God. It requires frequent daily prayer and influences both our personal and political life. Though most Indonesians are Muslim, Hinduism from India was practiced long before the coming of Muslim teachings. It is still the dominant religion on the islands of Bali and Lombok. Many ancient and colorful customs are associated with Hinduism. In Bali, before a young man marries, the purification rite of tooth filing is performed amidst great ceremony and rejoicing in the village. The Balinese have a deep love of color, form and pageantry. These elements of the Hindu religion find expression throughout all Indonesia. All over Indonesia, the theater is part of the scene. Plays are performed everywhere. The play is usually accompanied by a gamelan orchestra. The gamelan can be heard any night, anywhere across the length and breadth of our islands. Most of the plays dramatize in some form the forces of good and evil in conflict. Often the performances last the whole night through. Dancing is a part of every play, as indeed it is a part of our very existence. On Bali, training for the legong dances begins at an early age. By the time a girl reaches 15 or 16, she no longer dances the legong. Before a performance, makeup is applied, and then the dance begins. Each gesture to be precisely performed, for each has meaning. The dance never grows old for us. Facing so much that is new in the present, we cherish our traditions as we move forward into the future. We are learning new ways for new days. We have much to learn and much to do. We are building roads where there were none before, airlines, modern apartments, houses, even swimming pools. We are trying to build a nation in which we can live securely, decently and nobly amidst the beauty and natural wealth that is already ours.